did. Living for memories.
Yo, GG, turn it up.
Hate real. Take pills. Hate there. Get this. Wonder why people showing fake love, but they hate real. Depression making me take pills. My aunt want me quiet about the shelter when we ate there. That's like telling the kid to stay still. I couldn't do it. Gotta let pain out. I put it in music. That's the only thing that help other than drugs I'm abusing. All I focus on myself, so my health I was about to lose it a few times, but niggas never aim when they shoot it. Could've died, but they blew it. If you gon' do it, nigga, do it. Now 2 more niggas got sacked cause they held back when they do it. Niggas gangsters from computers, I ain't into that. Niggas tell on you to try to shoot you, I ain't digging that. No matter what you do after, nigga, you still a rat. I can see you in the hole.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
What up, world? This is Grammy music producer Ryan Ghost Bowser rocking it out with First Fam West Radio and your man's Mr. Illustrator. And on the ones and twos, we got Crazy D. Spin that, man.
Keep the tools in the box, fans wanna stop it. Mind blown like cocaine. I'm a fly human being, money is the reason. No, it ain't about those games. Keep the tools in the box, the haters wanna stop it. Mind blown like cocaine. Pure white, Peruvian, take flight, ride the wind, long nights, getting it in. Is this the life of a hooligan? Ninjas on the street, they trying to avoid the chalk. Talk it out, maybe after let the heat spark. Gunshots, bury victims in the dirt quick. Circle of death, calling it the work shift. Mind blown, mind gone. Just took a life he don't care about his own. But this is what the youth talk, turned up. Mommy offered those pills, plus she coked up. Out to celebrate, told it's the last days. Racing, chase away the pain, love is lame. Ain't no shame, she peeling off her lace and things.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
Yeah. I just stay on and stay out the way. I just got some pounds and I got some yay. Real niggas around, you look out of place. Quarter brick right now and that's just on the face. Sell it all right now, it all be gone today. Good customer service, we don't make them wait. We constantly serving, plicking him play. We constantly serving, plicking him play. Hey, man, I just stay down and stay out the way. I just got some pounds and I got some yay. Real niggas around, you look out of place. Get a quarter bit right now, and that just on the face. Sell it all right now, it all be gone today. Good customer service, we don't make them wait. We constantly serving, plicking him play. We constantly serving, plicking him play. I come from the bottom, I say with a drink. Got a switch of lemon Carter, he just wanna bang. I just want the paper, I don't wanna hang. That boy that met the world, now he's out to pain. I just met your girl, she left with a stranger. Soon we shot it up, she knew I was gangster. I don't take no threats or no ultimatums. If you talking chop, you talking my language. Cop sip, hit half liter of the road. Big earner, but I used to be an underdog. Don't keep 100, that's why I don't fuck with y'all. You can come try to strike, you gon' get a gutter ball. Losing all my fucking life, I can't take another loss. Grinding all winter, and I don't take the summer off. Putting that's to make a half brick, do a somersault. He's special, he just fuck around and run 100 up. Add it up, I'm a real nigga just to sum it up. You can't be with me, little homie, you ain't done enough. Hey, Joey, can you throw me something? No, not at all. But if you cop folk, I might take 100 off. Sold his ass headbang and get some Tylenol. You get pulled when you leave here, then I am not involved. Put the bands around my neck to make it freeze up. If my grandma was here to see me, she say Jesus. She was busy see me with that money and she freed up. Miss me with that little boy Larry shit, I ain't no peon. Plug on the way, damn it took him an eon. For the price, I need something we can agree on. Pull a brick in the crib across face. Fuck stay out the way. I just got some pounds and I got some yeah. Real niggas around, you look out of place. Quarter brick right now and that's just on the face. Sell it all right now, I'll be gone today. Good customers. Take one.
Another Mike D exclusive.
Hey, this little motherfucking Larry nigga. But don't push me. Shit, I ain't no killer, you just pussy, you rookie. Ask for forgiveness, I put innocence in straight danger. Looked in the mirror, when I do, I see straight anger. Shit, I hate myself. Feel like a straight hater, hate these scores I was dealt. But I'm gon' be greater. Seems like I bounce back every time, but I keep falling, keep crawling. In the meantime, niggas keep talking, can't control it. Do I got it on me? You better know it. Epic moments, I'm finna make it, bro. I'm hella focused. Gotta stop playing with this gift that God's giving me. I can change the world, God, thanks for these abilities. Look how I move, see God bless me with agility. It's about patience, then it's about consistency. Niggas hating, I bet you feel the hostility. I know somebody in this motherfucker feeling me. Keep it real. Hey, hey. Hey, keep it real, I'm gon' keep it real with you. They can't see them brothers do good, so keep it still with you.
You already know. Did you already get this? You already know. I already told you. All is well, my niggas well is all.
This is music producer Ryan Ghost Bowser, rocking it out with First Fam West
I ain't
Radio.
not breaking, stay dangerous. Wanna be loved, niggas not famous. I hate it, tryna stop smoking, but it's my favorite. Niggas unloyal when these women, they be money hungry. Stab you in your back over drugs, you a fucking junkie. It's funny, I wouldn't switch for no amount of money. They love me, cause I'm the realest from Monday to Sunday. Niggas think cause they smoke with you, man, you owe them. Nigga, this weed don't mean shit and I'ma show them it's about intentions. See, I ain't never been big on forgiveness. I would speak on whoop-de-whoop, but I'm minding my business. I'm different, not in for clout and don't fake for attention. My music get high and talk to myself and intervention. Keep it real, keep it real. Hey, keep it real, I'm gon' keep it real with you. They hate seeing brothers do good, so keep it still with you. Hey, keep it real and we'll be reciprocated. You can't keep it real, then we are not affiliated. Keep it real with me. Appreciate what you have, can't be mad. Don't worry about the shit you never had. I'm gon' make it for all the times my back's been stabbed. For all the times they made fun of me, these niggas laughed. I was hurt, ironic, I needed that, now I'm glad. Cause without it, I probably wouldn't be here when it's bad. God is so good, praise to the Almighty. Alrighty, they shot him on Thursday, he died Friday. See, Lil Larry, the only nigga I got and I forgot, no more loving. I think that said a lot, it got me hot. Get into it with love, more than the ops, I gotta stop. Shit, tired of posting up on this block. I'm too young to be stressing. Fucking gift for a present. You gotta know your worth, nigga. My gift is my presence. Ain't you happy? I'm present. Nah, rather neglect. Without any love, I'm in the streets. Hey, keep it real. I'm gon' keep it real with you. They hate seeing brothers do good, so keep it still with you. Look, hey, keep it real. It will be reciprocated. If you can't keep it real, then we are not affiliated. Keep it real with me.
Montana. Greasy. We back at it, nigga. Deliver the peace.
Yeah.
Montana.
What it do?
Pull up, roll up, get blowed. This is your boy Ill back at it like a crack at it. Y'all know what it is, man. We getting into it.
Back at it, nigga.
Y'all know what's up. So pull up, we got a lot of shit to talk about.
Deliver the peace.
Yeah, it's Cassie guilty too. She not innocent, right? She enabling shit as well. Well, P.Diddy might get off. I don't know. Y'all let me know what Puff Daddy might get off. Daddy getting off.
Don't judge me, I'm just trying to live.
And what's this about him plotting to unalive Shug, man?
I be trying to clear my mind.
Yeah, Tory Lanez,
Y'all
man,
know
you
me
know,
of the shit I'm in.
seemed like a whole setup from the beginning.
Like cinnamon.
Definitely gonna
Cocaine white
play
like
little bit
Niggas
videos or whatnot, wrestling video, just to refresh our memory.
Once, then they bring a friend, acting like
Megan Live, gonna play that video of her.
Started
Gail
with the
King,
waves, started bringing all of innocent. Told my nigga Max, you know I couldn't make it to this innocent. History and making what you innocent. Cocaine raw, and numb your whole face, you can't feel your chin. You know you fucking with the killers and dealers in. Whole 360 to a businessman, realest in. Shorty go down like she ain't tryna breathe. I'm trying to get away some time. Yeah. Don't judge me, I'm just trying to live. I've been trying to clear my mind. Yeah. I'm in the kitchen with a vision like a hawk. You can check the numbers out, we ain't gotta talk. Montana, shot my nigga Penthouse Zachary. The nigga knee deep, and I ain't never think about rapping either. Ask Jolio, bitches catch the Holy Ghost. Niggas rap a lot, but we do the most through the coast. All my niggas riding out, the old niggas dying out. Only take is one look, Montana sliding out. You know you fucking with a star, come and fuck with them balls. Took over the streets, and we ain't even going hard. The Dame breeze slow, bum bitch deep throat. You know I'm on point like a free throw. Go ball. Shorty go down like she ain't tryna breathe. I'm trying to get away some time. Yeah. Don't judge me, I'm just trying to live.
Just trying to live. Let's get to this, man.
The next day, they go to dinner. Diddy says, do you want to do a freak-off? And Cassie says, yes. So the prosecutor said, well, why did you want to do a freak-off? And she said, because I was afraid he'd threaten me again. Well, if we have to pick a winner this week, clearly the prosecution won. Cassie Ventura was prosecution's star witness, and it is not unexpected that she would really tell a compelling story, and in some ways really damage Diddy, which she did on the stand. It was not everything I expected. I thought prosecutors were going to close more of a loop. At the end of this, I want to give you what I believe is the closing of the closing arguments for both the prosecution and the defense. The things I believe, based on what I heard this week, each side would say to the jury before they walk away and let the jury go into the jury deliberation room. So we will do that at the end of this, but let me just go through a couple of things. I think the defense made a...
Solar costs more than my last divorce.
Not with Project Solar. They beat competitor pricing by up to...
Huge blunder when they talked about Diddy's possible bipolar disorder and talked about him blacking out when he attacked Cassie in the hallway at the Intercontinental Hotel in 2016. I think that was a massive, massive mistake on the defense's part when they cross-examined Cassie. And I say that because 3 or 4 months ago, I interviewed Mark Agnifilo, the lead lawyer in the case. And Mark said what they were going to do was they were going to be harder on Diddy than the prosecution and saying that the video showed despicable conduct, unforgivable conduct. They were going to go in so hard on Diddy that it would sound like the prosecution was almost weak describing what everybody sees on that screen. That's not what they did here. These are excuses, saying that, well, he did it because he was bipolar. He did it because he blacked out. That is a huge, huge mistake. And I think that the defense is going to pay for that, because making an excuse for that video is terrible. Along those lines, I think they also made a big mistake when they showed a text of that Cassie had sent the day after the beating. The text was sent from Cassie to Diddy, and it said, "You treated me like a rag doll. What you did to me was awful." Essentially, that's what it said. Well, it sounds like that would hurt Diddy, and it should, and it did. But then they go on to show a couple of days later, she's writing LOL, and that they end up talking about another freak-off. This is Stockholm Syndrome. What they are doing is ignoring something that's been around since the 90s, that people who are victims of domestic violence often stay with their abusers because they think it's their fault, they don't know how to get out, and just because Cassie reset and started talking about wanting freak-offs again, I mean, jurors understand this now. This is not a high concept. And to say, well, she was willing to do another freak-off, so how bad could the beating have been? Well, they saw how bad the beating is, and yet she went back. I don't know why the defense did that. It just made absolutely no sense to me. So 2 major blunders. Now, something the prosecution did today, which I was baffled by the other day, is they closed the loop on a really important thing. That remember that when Cassie was in Cannes with Diddy on a boat, he accused her of stealing drugs and then threatened to release some of the freak-off videos with Cassie in it. Then they got in an airplane the next day, and they're flying back to New York, and Cassie is sitting there alone. Diddy walks up to her seat, sits down next to her, and shows her the videos and threatens to release them. The next day, they go to dinner. Diddy says, "Do you want to do a freak-off?" And Cassie says, "Yes." So the prosecutor said, "Well, why did you want to do a freak-off?" And she said, "Because I was afraid he'd threaten me again."
Need cash for renovations but don't want a loan? Here's how I got $30,000 without debt, banks, or
But she never said that when he showed the video, he was saying, "Do a freak-off or else." It seemed like she was talking about, "If you ever steal drugs from me again, I'll release the video." The prosecutor never closed the loop. And we talked about this, others talked about it. Well, guess what? Today, on redirect, prosecutors closed the loop. And they went back and they asked her about the whole plane flight. And this time she said, well, he said, "I would release the video unless you do a freak-off." So she was very clear this time around. If the jury believes her, that's it on the charge of coercion. That's classic coercion. Basically, I'm blackmailing her. I'm blackmailing you. And I'm saying, do a freak-off or I'm going to release this tape and destroy your career. That's blackmail, that's coercion, that's having sex where you force somebody to do it, and that meets the elements of the crime. So that, to me, is a big win for the defense, for the prosecution. One of the things that I'm baffled by and still don't understand is it came out in testimony that Cassie settled with the Intercontinental Hotel for $10 million, saying the hotel paid her $10 million related to this incident inside the hallway in 2016. I don't understand that. And I don't understand what the liability was in the part of the hotel. The security guard came up after the beating, so there was nothing the security guard could do. It's not really about calling the police because there was no duty to call the police, although they should have, but she could have called the police too, and she didn't. So I don't understand what the duty is there that they didn't follow that would require them to pay $10 million. That part did not make sense to me. Okay, closing arguments. And this is what I think is interesting. By the way, we have 7-8 weeks to go in this trial, so anything could change. But 2 things really struck me. One side for the prosecution and one side for the defense. And on the prosecution side, what I was thinking was that if I were giving a closing argument, I would probably end it this way. Because remember, the thing that is seared in everybody's mind is that video at the Intercontinental Hotel. With all the evidence, with all the freak-offs, with the urination and the baby oil and, blowing up cars and all of that, the visual that everybody walks away with is that video. So
And that is true. What's y'all thoughts on that? Y'all get in the comments, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all feel that with the video. It's all over the internet. Everybody has seen it. It's an extended version of the video. Will that be the major key piece in bringing him down? And then the fact that I heard she said that she felt like a sex worker, or she was just a sex worker to him, which will put the evidence out there that he was a sex trafficker and all that type of shit.
I would, if I were prosecutors, end with something like this. I'm kind of making it up as I go along, but this is the thought. That you would say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have seen what Sean Combs does when he does not get his way.
This is the pink salt recipe that took me from 179 to 126 in just weeks. You know what?
He brutally beat Cassie in the hallway. And whatever it was about, whether it was about a freak off or a cell phone or anything, when Sean Combs didn't get his way, look what he did. And he even did that in public. He was so bold, he did that in public. Well, if he is that bold in public, what do you think he did in private? When nobody was looking, when there were no cameras rolling, when Cassie either said no to what he wanted or in some way expressed no physically. What do you think he did? Do you think he said, okay, Cassie, that's fine? Or do you think he duplicated what you saw with your own eyes in a public hallway at a hotel where he was almost naked and she wanted to get away and he beat her to a pulp? What do you think he did to her in private? And if you think he did something similar to her in private so that she would do a freak off, then we have proved our case beyond a reasonable doubt. That's what I would say if I were the prosecutors at the end. So
I ain't seen not one of.
Shout out to the art of dialogue. Gene Deal breaks silence on Cassidy's shocking claims on what Diddy forced her to do.
One of her ex-boyfriends, I ain't seen not one of the people that she dated in high school or none of that stuff come out and say that she was doing that way before she got to Diddy. So it is disturbing, bro. It's disturbing that he could brainwash her to the point whereas that she believing that she pleasing him.
Hey, shout out to the art of dialogue. Gino, this is Gene Deal breaking silence on Cassidy's shocking claims. Go over there and make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Art of dialogue. Art of dialogue.
And all his fetishes and everything by doing some that she's doing for him, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, she testified that Diddy, he'll rub male escorts cum on his nipples. That's crazy, man.
Bro, what do you want me to say about that? You know, that's some nasty, perverted shit. You know what I'm saying? Bro, when you that high and you into that, that's the, to me, that's the demonic, bro. That's some old crazy otherworld shit. Excuse me for my language. That's some crazy otherworld stuff that people in their right minds don't even think of stuff like that, bro. People that's not in a whole sense of being perverted, that's triple X type of shit, man. That's stuff that normal people don't even think of, man. How high do you get that you want another man juices rubbed on you after dating ejaculated or come on your girl? How high do you get for that shit, bro?
Sick ass.
I always say this. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
That's crazy. But do you believe that he'll rub male escorts cum on his nipples? Like, you believe he'll do something like that?
I believe from the witness. The witness said it. The witness said that's what she had to do, and that's what she did. She's being forefront in her testimony. She's telling all the nasty stuff that she did. Like that, bro, when I heard that. So that's an effed up subject and situation, man, to eat kissing on you, who gonna be eating food with you. What kind of we as men need to play a prominent part in our daughters' lives? You get men like this that's got this corrupt and devious mind that they don't respect womanhood. You understand? That's some
Real
nasty,
fathers out
perverted things that you want to have somebody urinate in the mouth of. You get men like this that's got this corrupt and devious mind because she took the gun to D-Rock, according to D-Rock.
Crazy, man. But to get into this lawsuit, right, Cassie, she testified that Diddy.
I wanted to bring that out there, bro. And you might have some more questioning on that later on or whatever, I don't know. But you go ahead and do your thing, man. That was real big on this trial to me, you know, to hear that come out there like that.
Wow, man. Speaking of Suge, Cassie testified that Diddy stopped in the middle of a freak-off when D-Rock came in the room and told Diddy that Suge was at a diner. You know anything about that? Can you break that down?
Well, see, I know two situations like that. See, Cassie told the story on the witness stand about how Puff and her was in a freak-off, and then D-Rock intervened or whatever like that, and they masked themselves up in all black, took the guns out the safe, and went to find Suge. You know what I'm saying? Suge even spoke about he glad they didn't find him because a whole lot of other people probably been dead then too, you know, if they would have found him. Now, she testified that, you know, Puff and D-Rock was going to try to, you know, unalive Suge. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I do know this, me and D-Rock had a conversation about why he's so close to Puff now. You know?
And the fact that you have Keefy D situation where he's saying that Diddy put a $1 million bag on Suge and Tupac, allegedly. So, I mean, I don't know. He trying to tie this all in. Like, yeah, do you know about that? You might have been aware of this shit. Conversations and whatnot.
You understand? And he told me he was in a diner, Mel's Diner. I guess it was probably Mel's Diner. That's one of the diners that stay late open in California. He said that he was trapped in there and he ain't have no burners or nothing on him. He ain't have no guns, no nothing. He said he called Puff. Now, this is a story coming from D-Rock. He said he called Puff and Puff came there. But if Puff would have came in the diner, they would have known something. He didn't come to the diner. He sent Cassie in there with the burners. And Cassie gave D-Rock the gun in the diner. Now, this is coming from D-Rock. The story Cassie told was is that
that's nasty work. He used her in a plot to allegedly, you know, to commit a homicide. It's crazy.
it was a whole different story from what D-Rock had told me, because D-Rock said he was in the diner himself. And Puff came down there with the guns, sent Cassie in there and gave him one, and was outside waiting on him to come outside. So that's the story that I knew, and I had already said that and expressed that in one of my shows before. Now, the story Cassie told, it was like she saw D-Rock and Puff both put on black and went to go unalive Suge. So those are two different stories that I know of, you know, one from D-Rock and the one we heard from Cassie. It may be the same story, and Cassie just flipped it some kind of way. Because D-Rock told me this years ago. And then maybe Cassie just, you know, flipped it in a certain kind of way because she took the gun to D-Rock, according to D-Rock.
Crazy, man. But to get into this lawsuit, right, Cassie, she testified that Diddy would force male escorts to urinate in her mouth during freak-offs.
My man, you know, that's a touchy and difficult subject when you're a man and you have daughters. You understand? And that's why we as men need to play a prominent part in our daughters' lives, because you get men like this that's got this corrupt and devious minds that they don't respect womanhood. You understand? That's some nasty, perverted things that you want to have somebody urinate in the mouth of somebody who gonna be talking to you in your face, who gonna be kissing on you, who gonna be eating food with you. What kind of deviant and crazy mind you have to have somebody do that to somebody that you care about, you supposed to care about, that you supposed to love, man. You know, something is sick about that, brother. You can't tell me that that's some kind of fetish. You know what I'm saying? You know, he didn't outdid R. Kelly with that shit right there, bro, when I heard that. So that's an effed up subject and situation, man, to even imagine that you got somebody doing that to somebody that you supposed to care about and you supposed to be in a relationship with.
Yeah, when I heard.
Yeah, that was sick, man. For real, for real.
The line of questioning. She seemed kind of frantic. She seemed kind of like she didn't know how to ask the next question. She's over kind of conferring with her other counsel who's at the defense table, kind of wanting to know and insinuate what is going to be happening next. A lot of the conversation, especially towards the beginning today, was just about the Intercontinental Hotel back in 2016. The defense asked Cassie, you said Diddy blacked out during this incident, and Cassie wrote in a message, she said, when you get effed up the wrong way, you always want to show me that you have the power to knock me around like a rag doll. And the defense was kind of insinuating that during this moment, during this incident that happened in 2016, something that a lot of us saw on that surveillance video, they were kind of making it seem that Diddy was having a bad reaction to drugs, having a bad reaction to mixing it with alcohol, because even yesterday when they were cross-examining Cassie, they were talking about how he might have taken a bad batch of drugs during this incident, and even days prior to it, he might have been experiencing drug withdrawals during this incident, again, trying to make it seem like this was the reason why he had attacked her on that surveillance video. Then they go back to 2016, where that same year, where the defense is asking, did Diddy accuse Cassie of cheating on him with some unnamed football player? Cassie wasn't sure how Diddy had learned of this. Cassie said she was dating someone else, but not sure how he found out. Diddy grabbed her phone, took off, and left without her phone. Her mom actually had to call the cops, essentially, to get her phone back. Diddy spoke with someone on her phone while he had taken her phone away from her, and that was kind of the crux of that phone conversation. Then Cassie was asked, how many times did Diddy take your phone away from you? And
This is the pink salt recipe that took me from 179 to 126 in just weeks.
She said, he did do this often, as well as take other things from her, lock her outside of her home, take her car away, that type of thing, something that she had even answered to under the direct examination. Then there was another point where the defense was trying to say, did Diddy take your phone away after he caught you dancing with Chris Brown? This in 2013. Cassie says she doesn't necessarily remember this situation because possibly to her, this is something that just happens so often. Then I think, Jesse, one of the more interesting points that had happened today was we heard this audio recording of Cassie back in 2014 as she was confronting this man named Sujit. Sujit had told Cassie in Atlantic City that he had seen a video of her, an sexually explicit video of her, and Cassie wanted to know where this video came from. How did it come into his possession? Because she had assumed that this was a freak-off video of her that was about to get leaked. And so we hear her in this audio confronting Sujit, and kind of, I think the point that the defense was trying to make was just that Cassie would commit violence. She said things along the lines of asking repeatedly, can I see this video? It's not me touching myself because you said someone else was inside that room. Sujit said that he had this video clip on his phone. You can hear Cassie saying, I will kill you, I will kill you, I will put you in a desert, I will cut you. She kept saying, I will kill you because you're effing with my life. And Cassie, at one point in this audio clip, said she'll get someone else actually to do it, and said that this SHIT is not cool. And, I think essentially the defense was trying to point out, because this was something under her direct examination, that she was talking about how Diddy's security guards entered a conversation and they all had a sit-down meeting at a restaurant to obtain.
Now, they said they was together for what, about 10 years or some shit? 10, 11 years or what? Since she was 19, I think, 20, something like that. She endured a lot of abuse, and I'm just like, okay, wondering like why she didn't leave earlier. I mean, was it just to me, the fame, the access, the glamour and all that, that's what to me, she got so attached to that. Cause I don't hear about nothing about going to no studio or nothing like that. It's just strictly freak offs and her being part of alleged on the live-ins and shit like that. It's just craziness. And he did treat her like a rag doll. Do y'all feel that her taking this bag or whatnot, like, is that enough? Like that does for what the abuse that she been through, or it was just a straight payday? Like, yeah, you did this to me, I'm gonna get you back, and I gotta get you where it hurt. And do y'all feel that she want him to be locked away?
This video back, but from the defense's perspective, they're trying to essentially insinuate that Cassie was threatening to kill. And look, we've all been there, right? Where, you know, I could have a bad day and say I will actually, let me just kind of take that back a little bit, because I don't want this to be used against me or anything like that. But, you know, there have been points where I think anybody can argue that we have all said at one point that, oh, I'm going to kill you, because that's how mad we get at another point. Another interesting moment that was discussed during this morning's testimony was Jonathan Auty. And we all know Jonathan Auty very well here at Law and Crime, especially you, Jesse, because you covered him a number of times on Sidebar. Cassie was saying that Jonathan had taken a secret video of Cassie and Diddy during a freak off, and Diddy tried to make this video go away. That Diddy spent actually a significant amount of money to make sure that this video didn't get released. And even after Auty had taken this video during this freak-off, Cassie had admitted that they never used Auty ever again during one of their freak-offs. She said that she was pretty concerned about the situation, concerned that Jonathan Auty would release this video. There was even a point that they had discussed today just about Garrett and Cowboys for Angels, an escort service that they had used often to kind of get escorts to their freak-offs, and that they actually had a reality show on Showtime about this called presumably Gigolos or something along those lines of that, and that some of the contestants on this show were some of the escorts used in these freak-offs. And, you know, I could tell just being inside that courtroom today that there were some moments of just, I don't know if it was embarrassment or nerves or just kind of like, where is this going? Why are we talking about this? Especially as the defense was asking her about her rehab stint in 2023, where they were asking her, what type of treatment did you go for? Were you going just for depression, or were you going for sex addiction and love addiction? They were talking about how she did treatment therapy, where she had hooked up pretty much wires to her brains just to kind of help her go through trauma therapy.
She went through a whole lot of shit. That's some wild. I mean, that's fucked up. I don't condone none of that abuse to no woman and shit. I mean, you feel you gotta beat on a woman and all that. Stockholm syndrome, right? Like, damn. I feel that. I think that's what she was suffering. I definitely feel that she was suffering that. But at the same time, I know that, like, when she got older, mature, and she seen what he was about and all that, I felt that she did want to apply her escape or whatnot, her getaway. You know, salute to her for that, because no woman should have to go through that type of treatment, abuse. You know, she out here doing some grimy shit. She just as sadistic as he is, and yeah, she enjoyed it, but she didn't enjoy it. Being under them drugs and all that, mind-altering substance and shit like that.
Diddy couldn't do this by himself. You got Danny Duquesne, the black woman that was in the group. She said that the bodyguard locked her in the car. Locked her in a freezing car. I saw this on Ticket TV. Crazy. Locked her in a freezing car. Shout out to Ticket. And took her stuff, and it was upstairs. So she's in a dark tinted car, no AC, locked in the back of the car by force. So it's you can't just be mad at Diddy. It's the go along, get along gang. It's a bunch of dudes, a bunch of people, women and men. Jeffrey Epstein.
Shout out to Kwame Brown, man. Y'all go over there, run the lights up.
Had someone helping him. So it's women, unfortunately for a lot of you ladies, you guys seem to think that there's some woman code and that all women love you and that all women are together. That's cap. That is straight up cap. the quickest way to get to a woman to let her guard down if you're a man that is in control of another woman. Most men go to girls and say, hey, what's up with your friend? Bring some homegirls. I got some homeboys. And other girls set their friends up. Oh yeah, girl, I'm gonna look out for you. They have a pat in the beginning.
Can your dentures withstand the force of a golf swing? We're putting Nuvia's permanent teeth in 24 hours up against dentures.
Until they run into P.Diddy or Usher or one of these men that they look up to or think is so important, then that free.
What's good, Push? What it do, fam?
Yep.
Man, so the trial's still going on, of course. It says it's gonna be a few more weeks of this. A lot more shit. I guess your boy Diddy out here liking men's jizz rubbed all on his nipples or whatnot. Some wild shit. So it's not just golden showers, it's that's, I don't know, that's just some weird shit right there. Then we got Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all know the video, the crying game, the arrest video. Yeah. Let's get to it.
Friend has no protection. Soon as she meet somebody important, she gonna be bent over in another room. You're gonna be by yourself. So this whole Diddy thing is proving everything I said when I first came out. You niggas said that, why don't you gonna hang with these celebrities? Then you got big homie CC. Shout out to big homie CC. He going to Piers Morgan. What's one of the first things big homie CC said? Man, a lot of these big time celebrities, they're a bunch of freakazoids and bisexual men. So why the hell you think I don't hang with these niggas?
Wild ass.
No, I'm not hanging with a bunch of niggas that think that every girl they see, that they just got some innate right to have sex with them. I'm not hanging with no niggas that think everybody's wife is their girlfriend just because of who they are. No. I don't hang with niggas like that. That's one of the ways that you get yourself killed.
Facts.
So I'm more concerned with the go along, get along gang that empowers people like Diddy, the security guards, the police officers, the hanger-ons for money. It's the go along, get along gang. All of this was enabled by money, fame, and power, and people that don't know how to get their own money. Men must get back to working, not looking for a celebrity to get up under, not looking for another man with money to be subservient to. All these rappers, all these different crews, all these celebrities, they hanging with crews of men that do nothing.
Talk that shit.
But get girls and recruit girls and help this celebrity do things that they can't do themselves. Well, that's why I said I'm not hanging with no nigga. If I like a girl, I go talk to her by myself.
The Brown boys. Hey, y'all go over there to Kwame Brown. That's some real shit. Yeah, Diddy had help, bro. The go along, get along game, man. God.
You loved Mr. Combs, correct?
I did.
For 11 years, you took care of him.
In some ways.
You called him larger than life.
I did.
Others called him Diddy or Puff Daddy, but you called him Sean, right?
Yes.
You knew a version of him the rest of the world couldn't see, right?
At this moment,
the pursuit was to find the answers to three basic questions. Who am I? What am I?
The prosecution objected, but was overruled.
In ways.
You kept coming back to him for 11 years?
I wouldn't say coming back.
You believed he loved you too.
I did believe he loved me too.
So when he cheated on you, it hurt?
Not every time.
At this moment, the defense said,
Bring up this defense exhibit.
but the prosecution objected and said it was not in evidence, and the judge agreed that it was not in evidence. Then they continued.
Ms. Ventura, read this just to yourself. Why did you send this message?
To let him know I was going to dinner.
What was going on when these messages were sent?
I'm not sure.
What was going on in your relationship then?
It was early. We were loving.
I offer it.
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of being offered the truth, but was overruled.
So this was I think a year into their relationship. So she endured this shit for 10 years. And at times, it's a long, it's like real deep into the relationship. She didn't even let her family know about this abuse.
Ruled.
Please read.
I wrote, I love you, smiley face. I'll fly anywhere for you. I love you, Cass.
This 2009 email.
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of hearsay, and the judge told the defense to ask more questions.
From BlackBerry. What is BG?
Baby girl.
What did you write?
You hungry, Pop Pop?
And Mr. Combs wrote to you, we are so in love we don't do anything else. How long had you been seeing each other?
Like 2.5 years.
Please read this 1364.
I haven't talked to you at all. You don't even try. You rushed me off the phone. I'm really hurt. I don't need your money. I need some attention.
You wanted your special time with Mr. Combs?
Yes.
You testified that you told him, I love you so much you make me a better woman.
I definitely wrote those messages.
You wrote, I can't wait until we have a baby of our own. You knew that he had 6 children at the time?
Yes.
Now, these messages about freak-offs. When you say, you know it doesn't matter to me, you mean weekend or weekday, either is fine.
That's what it says.
Mr. Combs says, maybe we can call Jules. Can you do it?
Yes.
This was an explicit message from you about the upcoming freak-off.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it ended in a recess called by the judge, but once they returned, they continued.
Ms. Ventura, this is from Mr. Combs to you. You respond with an extremely explicit message, right?
Yes.
This is 2 days after planning a freak-off, right?
Yes.
He said, I want to see... How did you reply?
I can't wait either.
You wrote, I feel like I want to f***, right?
That's what it says.
Mr. Combs says, I'm so horny I can't concentrate. What do you say?
That I'll go to Dwayne Reed for candles and
Yeah,
then set up the room.
Did you understand that he was going to take another video of you?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on grounds of speculation, and the judge told the defense to move on.
You ask, any pills on you?
Yes.
What pills were you taking then?
Opiates.
You deleted videos on your devices, right?
Yes.
What did you write?
That I need to feel this is my husband, the only one who will see this side of me.
Were you afraid that Mr. Combs was only seeing you for sex in this way?
That was a concern.
You still were not public in your relationship with him?
Correct.
Were freak-offs important?
Integral to us.
Who was at your 21st birthday party in Las Vegas?
Britney Spears, Dallas Austin.
How did you get them there?
They came for Sean.
You're very beautiful and charming.
Thank you.
It's true. Who is Tommy Mottola?
A well-known producer.
You were an up-and-coming star?
I guess you could say that.
After you signed with Bad Boy, things were still platonic.
Yes.
You had a rough performance.
106 in Park. It did not go well for me.
How did he help you after that?
We did a YouTube video. He said, everybody makes mistakes.
What was wrong?
I couldn't hear myself.
You were dating Mr. Leslie. How much older than you was he?
10 years.
Then you traveled to Miami with Mr. Combs. The flyer of the event was just a cover to spend time with Mr. Combs, right?
That's true.
You had a tattoo of Mr. Leslie's initials on your body, right?
Yes.
How many tattoos did you have then?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of relevance. The judge overruled it and said, but let's keep it moving.
3.
The one on your arm?
No regrets.
Mr. Combs taught you how to do oral sex?
He did.
Look at this. Tell me when you're ready. Can you read it?
You can read it. It's making me laugh. It's from 2007.
You wrote, I feel protected. You are sweet. You wrote, I see that Carrie is better fitting for you. I'm hurt that you think I'm malicious. You're very important to me. Cass. What were you trying to convey?
It's like a journal entry.
You discussed Carrie Morgan. Did you think Mr. Combs was attracted to her?
There was a point in the very beginning.
Did that complication carry on in your relationship?
Not really. Carrie was just always with us.
I'd like to start asking about freak-offs. Sometimes you wore a wig and a mask?
Yes.
The general public did not know.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge told the defense to rephrase the question.
No one knew until November 2023 in the public.
Yes.
Fair to say his career was ruined after your lawsuit?
I can understand that.
Let's read these messages. Mr. Combs wrote, when are you on your period?
No, now.
What you be thinking about when you horny. Ms. Ventura, if you don't want to read the answers, I can read them.
Thank you.
The O has lots of oohs after it, right?
Yes.
After a freak off, you'd make love with Mr. Combs?
Yes.
Your period, Mr. Combs is asking when you're on it, right?
Yep.
He's asking in the context of when to meet up and have...
Hello kabayan, kumusta? Pagod ka na rin ba sa kakatrabaho at
Have sex?
Looks like it.
Sometimes you watched him with a female?
2 or 3 times.
Did you talk with Mr. Combs about the swingers lifestyle?
Then no one talks about it.
Were you keeping freak-off secret from your friends?
Yes.
His assistants help him?
With everything.
Would you remember if an assistant came in during one of your sessions with an escort?
Not necessarily. I was high.
So you don't remember much?
I had my privacy invaded a lot during that relationship.
This is from July 2012. You say to Mr. Combs, I'm horny and bored. This was after a freak off, right?
There are a lot of texts here.
At this moment, the prosecution said,
I would ask that the witness be allowed to read the entire document.
Then the judge asked how many pages. The defense said,
8.
Then the prosecution said,
We don't have a copy for the witness.
So the defense said,
We'll show it on the screen.
So it was shown, but not in the public gallery.
You said Mr. Combs often put you down, but he also sent you encouragement and called you a queen, right?
Yes.
At this moment, the judge asked for a sidebar, then continued.
What would trigger Mr. Combs' incessant calls to you?
Anger, doubt about where I was.
If he suspected you of cheating, he'd call you incessantly.
That was one of the reasons.
Because he thought.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was sustained.
Do you believe Mr. Combs has good taste?
I think he does.
He's had an impact on fashion.
People like his style. Sean John.
Did you consult with him on your look?
Sometimes I got advice I didn't ask for.
He still ran his companies even while having all these freak-offs, right?
He did.
What was he addicted to?
Success.
What substances? Opiates?
Yes, he told me, and I saw it.
Did Mr. Combs' mood depend on whether or not he was withdrawing from opiates?
He was more irritable, I would say.
What other drugs was Mr. Combs addicted to?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the ground of no foundation, but the judge said, I'll ask if I want the grounds, then sustained and said to rephrase it.
What was his drug of choice?
Ecstasy or MDMA.
Opiates daily?
When he was doing them.
You saw him withdraw?
Yes.
Let's turn to GX411.
At this moment, the prosecution said,
It's not in evidence yet.
Then they continued.
So B414, page 3 and 4. You wrote, I love our FOs when we both want it. You felt that?
Loving FOs were just words at that point.
Mr. Combs wrote to you, I want to freak out right now. And you wrote that you wanted it too. LOL me too.
I texted more than that.
But you did text that to him. Mr. Combs wrote to you, Jules is available if you're into it. You could have said yes or no, and you said love you.
There was no yes or no.
Bring up B420 on page 2. Mr. Combs wrote, do I have your permission to set up freaky fun? You wrote, ovulation.
Yes.
Here, what do you say?
I asked, which hotel? I must have called him in between. I don't want to assume anything.
He said montage. You said you could also go to Pleasure Chest. What would you get there?
Sexual supplies.
What supplies?
Lubricants, outfits.
He says, have fun, impress me. You say, okay. He says, well, can we kiss a lot? What do you say?
Yes.
You wrote, I left the iPad.
I don't know whose iPad this meant.
Mr. Combs wrote, I'll be there right after my session. This was in June 2017. Do you remember arguments you were having at that time?
Not specifically.
Here you say, the game starts at 10 p.m. No breaking character till 8 a.m.
This was a game a friend of mine told me. A way to rekindle your romance.
By doing something different.
Dick and pussy games. Dick and pussy games. Secure the bag. Secure the bag. Call up the po.
2018, a man named Jonathan Odie opened fire at Donald Trump's
What you say?
That Diddy shit's a hot mess.
Hell yeah, man. You got even and the Twitter is blowing up. Twitter, it's you got some that don't believe her, some believe her. You know, she definitely secured the bag. But she's not innocent either, though.
She is not innocent in all of this, okay? Especially with the testimony that came out today. You can't make me up, y'all. Look, I don't like Diddy. Didn't like him when he was puffy. But I gotta keep it $150. Cassie is not innocent in all of this, okay? Especially with the testimony that came out today. You can't make me believe that she is. She said herself that she didn't say no to the freak-offs because she didn't want him to get a different woman instead. So she didn't want to be replaced. She didn't want to lose access to that lifestyle. She stayed there and she participated in some of those things because she enjoyed it. And some of it that she did not enjoy, she stayed because
I
he's
told
rich.
you.
Okay?
Some victim a little
If Diddy was just regular old Sean that drives a forklift at the warehouse at the factory up the road, she would not have took no ass whoopings for 10 years. Okay? She would have got the hell on.
Right.
She might have stayed around for like 10 months until she got her income tax and got her a little apartment or something, a little hoopty, and got the hell on. But being for real though, I'm just keeping it $150. If he was a regular working dude, she would not have stuck around for that shit. It was the money. It was the fucking money, the fame, the fortune. And keep it real, the dope. Because she talked about they used a lot of drugs. She didn't want to lose access because she had developed some very expensive habits.
Yeah, man, I gotta play that again, man. That's some real
but
shit.
that's what I was telling you the other day.
What's up, y'all?
She's not a victim
Yep.
all the way.
Not all the way.
Had a chance to
She
leave.
made those decisions.
So
Yep, she made those decisions. It's the part where after she got beat, the cops came. There's a girl that her name is, I think, Richardson. I'm gonna bring that up, but she didn't tell him that it was Diddy that hit him. I think her name is Dawn Rich. Yeah, Dawn Richards. They looked at that was after the beating. After we saw the hall, she was apparently running out of a freak off at that time. And then after that freak off, a couple of days later, or I think right after that, they went to some type of event. It's like an Ike and Tina Turner type situation.
Now, look, I don't like Diddy.
But she was still fucking. He was still fucking with Kim when they first early off relationship.
Didn't like him when he was puffy. But I gotta keep it $150. Cassie is not innocent in all of this, okay? Especially with the testimony that came out today. You can't make me believe that she is. She said herself that she didn't say no to the freak offs because she didn't want him to get a different woman instead. So she didn't want to be replaced. She didn't want to lose access to that lifestyle. She stayed there and she participated in some of those.
Yeah, it's like, Diddy was the pimp. She was treating her like 304. They thought she was in love, or thought he was in love with her. And he was pretty much using her. He never put a baby.
Because she enjoyed it. And some of it that she did not enjoy, she stayed because he's rich. Okay? If Diddy was just regular old Sean that drives a forklift at the warehouse at the factory up the road, she would not have took no ass whoopings for 10 years. Okay? She would have got the hell on. She might have stayed around for like 10 months until she got her income tax and got her a little apartment or something, a little hoopty, and got the hell on. But being for real though, I'm just keeping it $150. If he was a regular working dude, she would not have stuck around for that shit. It was the money. It was the fucking money, the fame, the fortune. And keep it real, the dope. Because she talked about they used a lot of drugs. She didn't want to lose access because she had developed some very expensive habits.
This out.
Turn the music down. Everybody come out.
family was present, you know.
A lot of activities at his home, did he? And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at
Okay.
a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem, person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
The rumors surrounding Diddy's alleged practice of secretly recording his encounters have sparked a frenzy of speculation, particularly regarding the identity of this mysterious A-list figure. Naturally, many eyes have turned to Beyonce. Adding another layer to the intrigue, rapper DaBaby recently recounted an eyebrow-raising experience at Diddy's home, describing it as a secret meeting attended by Jay-Z and Beyonce. According to DaBaby, things got tense when Beyonce appeared unusually friendly, as if something unexpected was about to happen. Diddy eventually dismissed everyone else, leaving just the three of them, Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. DaBaby shared that Diddy began behaving inappropriately, even grabbing him by the neck and exhibiting a rather unsettling fondness for him. Wherever Diddy is involved, there seems to be a consistent theme of wild parties and unexpected twists, featuring Hollywood's elite and rising stars. The narrative has grown to include even bigger names, with Will and Jada Smith now coming under scrutiny. Allegations about their connections to younger men in the industry emerged following an interview with their former bodyguard, Bilal, who claimed to have witnessed an intimate encounter between Will Smith and actor Dwayne Martin.
Yeah, y'all remember that shit. Yeah, this Diddy shit crazy. What you think, man? Push. Think the boy gonna get off, do some time? He definitely doing some time, but how much time do you think he gonna get? Or maybe he just get off. You know what I'm saying? Free that nigga. Shit.
No life for that nigga.
No life for that nigga. I don't know. He said, what's this? Don Richard and special agent testimony against Diddy. Wow.
Has been exaggerated or taken out of context. These are the exact statements made by the prosecution team, Special Agent, and Don Richard in a federal court on May 16, 2025. Some words have been censored to comply with YouTube's guidelines. What you're about to hear is a voiced-over reading of the Day 5 testimony from the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Source: courtroom reporter at Inner City Press on X.com. All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Listen at your own discretion. What you're about to hear is the full testimony given by Special Agent and Don Richard today from beginning to end.
Good afternoon. Where do you work?
HSI in the Human Trafficking Group. I'm in the Crisis Negotiation Group too.
Did you serve subpoenas in this case?
Yes.
When Sean Combs was arrested, where did you go?
The Park Hyatt, room 2115, where he was staying.
At this moment, the photo of the entrance was shown to the jury.
What did you do?
We assigned a letter to each room and began to search.
What was your role?
I took photographs of items, then signed them on the 6051 form.
Was this found in the closet?
At this moment, photos were shown of plastic bags full of Johnson & Johnson baby oil and Astroglide bottles.
Yes.
What was found in the bathroom?
Several bottles of baby oil.
Now the bedroom. What was found in the Louis Vuitton bag?
Medication in the name of Frank Black.
And that is this?
Bags of pink powder found in the medicine bottle.
At this moment, there was a stipulation shown agreeing it was found and tested by Customs and Border Patrol Lab.
Reading stipulation. The pink powder was found to be ketamine and MDMA in bottle.
Oh shit, boy. What you talking about, man? That's crazy. It's that
pink crack.
That shit. Pink crack? It's that pink crack? Oh shit, boy, you was on that shit, boy. Oh shit, boy. That pink crack. Pink. Play that back.
And tested by Customs and
Louis Vuitton bag.
Medication in the name of Frank Black.
And that is this?
Bags of pink powder found in the medicine bottle.
At this moment, there was a stipulation shown agreeing it was found and tested by Customs and Border Patrol lab.
Reading stipulation. The pink powder was found to be ketamine and MDMA in bottle.
At this moment, physical evidence is passed around to jury. Then a photo was shown.
What was found in the black mini pack bag?
$9,000.
Please take the cash out of the bag.
At this moment, Special Agent Binda does and starts fanning out the bills. Only one question.
In the hotel room and was staying with him there?
Yes.
After this, the judge said, the U.S. may call its next witness, and they did.
Your Honor, the government calls Don Richard. Where are you from?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
From 2004 to 2011, who did you work for?
Puff, Sean Combs.
Do you see him?
Yes.
Who is depicted in this photo?
Cassie.
In 2009, did you observe an incident between Puff and Cassie?
She was by Sean Combs, kicked.
Did you see more by him against Cassie?
Often.
When were you a member of this group?
2009 to 2011.
The incident in 2009 when Sean Combs Cassie, where was it?
In Sean Combs' LA home. We were recording.
What did he do?
He was saying, "Where the fuck is my food?" He grabbed a black skillet with eggs and tried to hit her over the head. Cassie dropped to the ground.
What did she do?
She went into fetal position.
Then what?
Sean Combs was kicking her in the head and body, then dragged her up to the first floor, glass breaking and yelling. I was scared for her, and for me too.
Did you intervene?
No.
Did you call police?
No.
The next day, what happened?
That it had been passionate and she was okay. That it would be better if we didn't talk. That people could end up missing.
How did you understand that?
Death.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge said, sidebar. Once they came back from the sidebar, they excused the jurors and Don Richard. This is the end of the trial for the day. What do you think about Don Richard's testimony so far, and Special Agent's testimony? Let me know in the comments down below. We will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, a few people coming out and being witnesses against Diddy.
Miami golf course and was shot and arrested by police. Now, Odie said that he was in the middle of a bipolar episode. That's where it gets interesting. Later, while being questioned by Florida authorities, Odie brought up something totally unexpected. He claimed that he'd been a sex slave for Sean Diddy Combs and Cassie Ventura. This video is courtesy of Real World Media. Take a look.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave.
So at the time, Odie's story seemed too far-fetched to believe, but not anymore. And now, in an exclusive interview, Odie opens up to News Nation senior producer Allison Weiner about his claims, beginning with why he's agreed to talk now. Listen to this.
I felt bad because I got along well with her, and I think she's a decent person. And unfortunately, I had a suspicion that she was in a situation that she was in, but I wasn't sure. And now I understand what was going on in her life and what was happening. And him beating her up in the hotel shows me the type of individual he is, and confirms that everything that happened to me was true and correct and in line with his personality.
So is speaking to us from a Miami jail now. Here is how Odie says it all began for him.
I was a male chicken deal, a model chicken deal, you could say. And they called me for a show they called me the agency that I work for to do a show. And then I went and did a show, and things led to them offering me more money to perform sexual acts. And that's it. That's how I basically got started. I get dressed like police officers on the show, they'll strip down, and then, you know.
He did say that. The whole dressing up like police officer and shit, all that freaky shit that they was doing. So I mean, he pretty. He was telling that shit back then, man. This nigga was not lying. As crazy as he looked, he was basically on some. He was telling shit, exposing that real freaky ass shit they be doing all up in the industry and shit. Save that shit.
They offered me some more money. They offered me some more money to do some extra stuff.
So Odie did get specific about the extra stuff that he says Diddy wanted from him, and these specifics were consistent with what he told law enforcement during the 2014 interrogation. Here is how he describes the atmosphere and how frequently it happened.
Casuals, sexual atmosphere, lights off. He would sit in a corner in a sofa, watch and masturbate, and he'd say, he'd tell her, give her instructions to what to do to me. Perform oral sex, rub baby oil, then he'd tell me rub baby oil, perform oral sex, and then have sex.
How many times did you have sex with Cassie?
Probably like 15 sessions.
And what did you get paid? How much?
It would be like 800 each time. Each chance. But sometimes they'll call me twice. I'll leave, and then 3 hours later, they'll call me, come back.
And so Odie claimed that the sessions were drug-fueled, and that his concern for both Cassie and himself led him to get one of their sessions on video. Listen to what he says about that.
Definitely some pimping hoe shit, some pussy and dick games going on. This nigga was training her.
Yeah, and beating her ass.
Yeah, it was Ike Turner shit, but he was definitely training her. Like, he had her all fucked up in her head. She was going to treatments. Her being hooked on them drugs and whatnot. That's why I always say, our people are, as far as our men, introduce our women to this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Sad. But he had help. Definitely had help. You wonder if you think he's gonna take the stand?
What'd you say, bro?
I said, you think he's gonna take the stand?
Nah.
Huh?
I wouldn't.
Hell no.
Why did you decide to record or video?
Because after she passed out, I decided to record that. So in the event anything worse happened, like if she died, or anybody died, it will be on camera, it will be on video, what happened. So I wouldn't be responsible for any of that.
So you were beginning to worry about her doing drugs. I mean, like about her dying, or him dying, or somebody dying from the drugs, and that you would be held responsible. So you brought a video.
Where's these
what do you brought your phone?
No, I had a USB video memory stick done at a spy shop, and I put it in a wallet on the table, in the living room table of the hotel upstairs. I just filmed it, and it had everything described, and it had her threatening me. But he was telling her what to say. We had an argument guarantee my safety. So I texted him and said, hey, if anything happens to me, I got evidence I'm being with you. At the settlement table, there was a lot of irregularities, okay? It was my first settlement. So they brought me in, and Diddy had a t-shirt with 2 men in ski masks pointing, making gun signs, okay? And it was black and white, and it had a red frame, okay? But that's the way he operates. He communicates, threatening you, kill me.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive.
It was an argument because I was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. But
there was an argument in the car?
It was an argument because I was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. But that's like normal friend stuff. Like, we fuss about silly stuff all the time. But I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated to the way that it did.
So I get out the car and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance bitch. And he started shooting and I'm just like.
You could tell she was lying, how she was rubbing her hair.
Well, the bodyguard said the other girl did it.
Yeah.
So that makes her interesting.
All the signs in his interview showed that she was lying.
In the car?
It was an argument because I was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. But that's like normal friends.
She got kicked out the party for acting belligerent and drunk.
Stuff like we fuss about silly stuff all the time. But I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated to the way that it did.
So I get out the car and it's like
Hey, where the tears at? There's no tears. No tears.
She's Kamala Harris, bro.
It's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance bitch. And he started shooting and I'm just.
That's Chester right there.
Shooting and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times. And I
so
was
is
so
he
scared.
in the car shooting from the car, Megan?
He is standing up over the window shooting. And
What? So like it's he was shooting out the sunroof. Little nigga was like, baka baka. Dance, bitch. Baka, baka. Yo, maybe she got a move. She had got into a move.
And I didn't even want to move. I didn't want to move too quick. Like, cause I'm like, oh my God, if I take the wrong step, I don't know if he can shoot something that's like super important. I don't know if he could shoot me and kill.
I want to play that last part. Man, this is the actual police stuff.
Roger, it's going to be a newer Cadillac Escalade, license plate John, Ocean Union 580.
Drugs and alcohol, yo. Welcome to LA.
Keep coming back to the sound of my voice.
And Hollywood, they can stand by. I mean, there's LeBred, Hollywood, or
That passenger step out of the vehicle. I see you. That passenger step out of the vehicle. I see you.
Eaglewood Canyon, Murder Hollywood.
Step out of the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle. Hurry up. We're ready to street.
Get your ass up out of here before we shoot that damn car.
Come hold your hands up. Okay, get out.
643.
Face away from us. Face away from us. Okay, keep moving back. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Okay, stop. Move a little to the right. Get on your knees.
everything is stand by at either Hollywood or LeBred.
Like that. Arms out. Full 69.
I know.
It's gonna be fine.
You see something?
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, it's over here.
Raj.
Same here.
Had it gone to slide lock because it was empty?
Yeah, it looks like it. Did it work?
Shout out to
Yeah.
State Chief.
Once it touch. Check the van.
Robots.
Hey, Walker.
Static on this side, bro.
have got it.
That's a lot of fun.
A lot of blood.
What happened? We have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in this vehicle.
No,
As of right now,
we don't have any casings.
Yeah,
No.
Okay, from what
nothing.
you've been told.
Does it look like it stepped anywhere on here? Inside?
No,
not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
There's some blood up here.
yeah, no, there was a towel soaked in blood at the bottom of this seat, which is where she came out of.
Okay.
Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Long Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. As many of you probably saw, rapper Tory Lanez was convicted of 3 felonies out in Los Angeles for shooting Megan Thee Stallion back in July of 2020 after a get-together at Kylie Jenner's home. A jury found him guilty of assault with a firearm, possession of an unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and negligent discharge of a firearm, and that also his actions caused great bodily injury. Now, for Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, this could mean over 22 years in prison. By all accounts, this was quite a wild and unpredictable trial, and we're told that when the verdict was read, the courtroom turned a bit chaotic. But with no cameras allowed, you might be saying, how do you know that? Well, that's because we have the terrific reporting from Long Crime senior reporter Megan Cuniff, who was inside that courtroom for the whole trial, and she joins me right now. Megan, the reporter.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me on.
No one understands me. If I actually told people how I'm feeling, they would think of me differently. That is a lie that I told.
Yeah, I want to do a bit of a trial.
It's crazy how you could, that's a prime example of America's justice system, how they wrongly convicted this motherfucker, this guy, based off of lies. These women right here, and this ain't no women bashing, but that's just crazy how they sent this boy to prison and he gets stabbed 14 times, then they lose his life, collapsed lungs and shit like that, all because they wasn't doing they proper due diligence on this trial and gathering the evidence and shit, doing what they were supposed to do. It's fucked up. And he's one example out of many.
Some information Unite the People believes is exculpatory.
Free that nigga Tory Lanez,
professionally known as Tory Lanez. Recently, we've been made aware that a member of the media, Mr. Gianno Caldwell, was working on an op-ed for the New York Post regarding Mr. Peterson's innocence. During his work on that op-ed, he became aware of some information in Unite the People's possession regarding a statement that was given to Unite the People by someone with information relevant to that case. The New York Post recently reached out to the prior district attorney, George Gascon, Megan Pete and her representatives, and Kelsey Harris and her representatives. The only party that responded last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. Unite the People represents Daystar Peterson in his appellate process. We filed an appellate brief and a writ of habeas corpus on his behalf. The district attorney's office has already responded. The case is fully briefed. We're just waiting for the appellate court's decision. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out, but given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail cell, but that he's allowed to go home and recover. Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken?
Free Tory Lanez, man.
Was it taken
Free
and the
Tory
information
Lanez.
simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr.
Free
J.
boy
Corey
Rodney
Smith's
Hit
DNA taken?
Jr.
Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense? We don't know. It should have been taken. It is Unite the People's understanding, regular LAPD practice at a crime scene like that, anybody who's there, DNA is taken. Another irregularity. Why, at Miss Harris's police interview, was a non-lawyer, non-family member, record company executive allowed to participate? Highly irregular situation. Normally, we see cases, strangers are not allowed in these things, but it was in this case. All of these things point to the highly irregular nature of his trial and his conviction. It is our contention that he was wrongly convicted. And while we at first were willing to let the process play out, it is our contention now that if he is not pardoned or released promptly, he may never come out. And that would be the ultimate injustice, is that he gets killed in prison for something he did not do. At this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Gianno Caldwell, the media member who was working on that op-ed for the New York Post. Thank you.
Oh, well, just like I suspected, bro. Tory was innocent. I knew something happened.
Shout out to IQ Shaheed, man. VA in the building, Richmond in the building. Shout out to Big Nutter.
But I know that he wasn't the one that did it. How you doing? Yeah, so
Make sure y'all go over there and like
the bodyguard just
this
finally
channel,
admitted that Kelsey, which is Megan's friend, who didn't respond to when Tory's team put out these requests for a response. Megan Thee Stallion people did, but, excuse me, Kelsey didn't. So she shot 3 times. He smacked the gun out of her hand. The gun hit the ground, misfired 2 times. So whatever bullet did it, there was no way, shape, or form Tory's fault. Even if, at the most, it was unintentional by him smacking the gun out of Kelsey's hand. Kelsey was the shooter.
Yep.
I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. Am I surprised? Nope. Because why did the bodyguard go missing right before the trial? Why didn't they test the girl Kelsey DNA? We knew this.
Hey, y'all go check out his channel, man. He got a lot of great content on there. Hill reviews and reactions. Y'all know, like, I'm hearing retrial, but they should just pardon, let him go. You know what I'm saying? Put the real people who did this in custody. Shit.
Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson earlier this month. Rodney Hinton Jr. is currently in jail without bond in Clermont County for allegedly killing Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson earlier this month. Soon after his arrest, family members posted on GoFundMe, but that company took it down after an outcry from the law enforcement community. But last week, Hinton's sister Kiera posted another fundraiser on a similar website, Give, Send, Go, and has raised almost $40,000 as of this afternoon after setting an initial goal of $20,000. In her post, Hinton's sister says in part, "As I send my deepest condolences to the sheriff's family, I am praying personally one day God and your family can forgive him. Mental health is a real thing. Please check on your people who show signs of mental illness." Nearly 1,200 people have given, including some from overseas. Many say Hinton deserves a good legal defense, but some also called for continued violence against police. The lawyer representing the Hintons did not respond to a request for comment in time for this story. Cincinnati Police Fraternal Order of Police President Ken Kober says he's disappointed the Give, Send, Go fundraiser is still active.
It's disappointing that you have a platform that allows for somebody to raise money for somebody that's killed a cop, but it doesn't violate their policy. GoFundMe took a different stance, took theirs down, and that's something we certainly appreciate.
A Give, Send, Go spokeswoman says they are heartbroken over Henderson's death, but their policy does not automatically remove fundraisers based on charges or allegations. She said a company believes everyone deserves a chance to get help, no matter the circumstances, and the money should be processed soon.
That's crazy shit. They don't even want your ass to get they want to cut your money off. See that? You don't even get that nigga no funds. They raised that money for that dude that killed that the healthcare dude, the CEO for healthcare.
Hypers Club in Atlanta. For Hype Plus News, I'm Symphony. While the Diddy trial seems to be taking up everyone's attention, the trial of Rodney Hinton Jr. continues to gain added layers as the father who is charged with hitting a police deputy with his car the day after his son was killed in a police shooting. Headlines initially reported Hinton had filed a $25 million federal lawsuit claiming he was physically assaulted after police took him into custody on May 2nd. That lawsuit also states multiple officers were present for the hearing, which created an atmosphere of fear, surveillance, and intimidation. Now, if you remember earlier this week, a viral video would show Hinton would be accompanied by several white officers and one black officer. The black officer was celebrated on social media for not leaving Hinton in the custody of only white officers. Now, with more information, it's possible the black officer knew what happened on May 2nd and wanted to prevent it from happening again. A portion of the new lawsuit reads, plaintiff was subjected to physical abuse and courtroom intimidation in violation of constitutional protections. Defendant's deliberate actions caused plaintiff severe psychological trauma, public humiliation, and emotional damage. According to NBC News, Hinton is suing for unlawful imprisonment, alleging he was detained unlawfully without due process and without a valid conviction. In addition, conspiracy to deprive rights, intimidation, and excessive force, emotional distress, and breach of oath of office were also listed in the suit. Now, out of the $25 million Hinton is suing for, $5 million is for compensatory damages, while $20 million is for punitive damages. That same source reports the state, the Cincinnati Police Department, and the Hamilton County Sheriff are named as defendants in Hinton's new case. Earlier this week, Hinton pleaded not guilty on 2 counts of aggravated murder, 1 count of murder, and 2 counts of felony assault. Now, in a shocking turn of events, according to local Cincinnati news, while news of Hinton's lawsuit immediately hit the internet, it was later cleared up that the lawsuit was actually filed on Hinton's behalf, not by Hinton himself. His attorney, Clyde Bennett, would reveal a woman from Georgia named Antoinette Holloway filed the suit alleging Hinton's constitutional rights were violated by claiming to be his next friend, which is just a legal term used when you are associated with someone. Bennett would say, I don't know if that person is a friend. I don't know this person who filed a federal lawsuit. Mr. Hinton didn't file a lawsuit.
Look at that shit, man. You see how they, all them damn police up in that motherfucker? Look at that. You see that shit push? Ain't nothing but motherfucking pigs all lined up. Just a black man already found guilty. No due process.
With someone. Bennett would say, I don't know if that person is a friend. I don't know this person who filed a federal lawsuit. Mr. Hinton didn't file a lawsuit. He didn't file a lawsuit. Now, Holloway's lawsuit features several incorrect statements, including claiming Hinton is currently being held in pretrial detention at the Hamilton County Justice Center, when he's actually being held at the Claremont County Jail. Local news would ask why someone would file a lawsuit on behalf of Hinton, and local attorney Jason Philbaum responded, either some type of social justice warrior that's trying to make a statement or two, you're trying to get a piece of the pie. It would soon be discovered that Holloway filed 11 other federal lawsuits in Georgia over the last few years, with the state of Georgia, the city of Atlanta, DeKalb County Police, and the FBI being a few named. According to Cincinnati News, all but 2 cases were dismissed. The 2 that weren't are currently pending. The same source would say a judge called some of the lawsuits frivolous, implying that the case may not have legs. The local attorney would also speak to the news platform, informing them on the possible results of the case. He said, the judge on his or her own could dismiss the case because it's not a licensed attorney. It's also possible the judge could put an order on that says you need to have a licensed attorney to accept this case, or it's going to be dismissed. Or the third possibility is the sheriff's office is going to file a motion to dismiss, in which you're going to see one of those 2 actions come from the judge. Typically, defense attorneys in criminal cases don't want civil cases involved because it opens them up to discovery. So, what do you guys think about this new lawsuit filed on behalf of Rodney Hinton? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, that's wild.
Just hours after detectives say Rodney Hinton Jr. intentionally drove his car straight towards Deputy Larry Henderson, killing him. Here, we see deputies from Hamilton and Claremont counties, along with officers from Cincinnati Police, as they cuff and shackle Hinton.
I'll put this around your waist.
Once secure, officers and deputies march Hinton from CPD headquarters
And then swing your legs around. Need help?
and into a cruiser, where he's taken to the Claremont County Jail. As soon as Hinton arrives, the booking process begins. Watch this as a Claremont County Corrections officer asks Hinton a series of questions.
You have a serious medical or mental health issue that needs immediate attention? Is that a yes or a no? Have you recently considered attempted suicide? No. You want to hurt yourself or anybody else?
As you can see, Hinton shakes his head no to each of those questions. As the process continues, Hinton seemingly has no clue where he is.
This is Refusion, music powered by AI. Type your idea, add custom lyrics, even
You're in Claremont County, bud.
Corrections officers then remove Hinton's shackles and escort him to a holding cell, where he stays until the following morning, when he's transported back to Hamilton County.
That sounds slow. Just step in right here, okay?
To face a judge, along with dozens of Hamilton County Sheriff's deputies on hand to show their support for their fallen colleague.
Support for their fallen comrades. That was intimidation like a motherfucker. What y'all think, man? Y'all think he gonna get a fair trial? And this situation with this old lady allegedly driving, and he was in the passenger seat, passed out. As this is gonna be brought more to the forefront, they gonna even use this in this trial coming up. Free that nigga, man. Free that nigga.
Intentionally running down Deputy Larry Henderson filed this 5-page civil lawsuit on Thursday. He did so himself without an attorney. Hinton says his civil rights were violated. I looked through the complaints. The defendants include the Cincinnati Police Department, the Hamilton County Justice Center, and 10 unnamed officers and deputies. Hinton claims excessive force used by police during his arrest resulted in him having physical injuries. He also focused on this: Hamilton County deputies packing the room for his arraignment on May 3rd.
Good morning, Mr. Hinton.
Hinton claims that coordinated presence was, quote, clearly intended to intimidate. On Monday, protesters gathered on the steps of the Hamilton County Courthouse. We were there as the Black Panthers and other groups voiced support for Hinton.
We sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Prosecutors say Hinton targeted Deputy Henderson after watching body camera video showing a Cincinnati police officer shooting and killing his son. Authorities say 18-year-old Ryan Hinton was pointing a gun at an officer. These protesters say they didn't see one in the footage.
I did not see one either. Did y'all see one? Y'all let me know in the comments. Did y'all see him pointing the gun at the officer? Gun in his hand. Right there. What you think, Push? I don't know. It ain't that high, right?
Son. Authorities say 18-year-old Ryan Hinton was pointing a gun at an officer. These protesters say they didn't see one in the footage.
They don't see Ryan being shot down unnecessarily as being what caused Rodney to respond in the way that he did.
Iris Rowley with the Cincinnati Black United Front watched on Monday. She says the city has championed police reform and policy in the past 25 years, but she says when it comes to Ryan Hinton's case, there's still work to be done.
We're waiting to see preliminary review of the video footage. We're looking at all of that. It's all to be reviewed. We do not have all of the facts yet, and so we are awaiting that.
In Cincinnati, Valerie Lyons, WCPO 9 News.
We're a team of funeral.
Yo, freedom guys, man. Tory and the guy Rodney. If he ain't, I don't believe he's guilty. I think it was set up, and they took his son out. That was some bullshit. The sad part, they're more focused on that instead of the son being shot down, and he just looked at it as they was just stealing a car, had guns or whatnot. They was out to shoot at cops. And The gun was, you just see the picture of the gun there. That, the cops will put there, plant it right there. You know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. You should be. On this note, we're gonna leave y'all with the Who's Who cartoon, man. C-Star Rolling 40 talks Hito get marked out. Political street views. Make sure y'all run over there and run them numbers up.
Hey, Tim, that's Hito. We finna big bro on hood crib.
We gotta go. Not now, but right now.
Damn, again? Nah, we stand right here. I gotta get my tire fixed. You better beat on them like you beat on me. This ain't that easy fight at the house, huh?
Ain't to hold off about 10 minutes. He owe me $85 for that spare tire.
Hey, that's a put off. I ain't no DP.
Right.
You talking about no siren. Bro, you ain't in the military. Old girl have more heart than you. This is why I say, don't subscribe to the streets, kids.
They ain't gonna subscribe to you either, Peas. But you're right. You shouldn't have did it.
Booty Bryce, I ain't finna start arguing with you, bro.
I'm breathing on peoples, tapping on pockets.
Ask Blow what happened up there in Colorado. I had his pockets on bunny ears.
Sassy badass, bro. For one, you ain't never touched me.
Sassy badass.
With you, bro.
I'm breathing on peoples, tapping on pockets.
Ask Blow what happened up there in Colorado. I had his pockets on bunny ears.
Sassy badass, bro. For one, you ain't never touched me, bro. For two, I was never in no van with you, bro. And for three, you never performed either. You a fan. You left up out of there in the Uber.
Never let them know your next move. Who's being too nice. I'm finna go bodyguard hard on FC. What I would've done. Not that. Boy got on the phone like the operator. Put his hitty on and said, yes, sir. Cadet Kelly, it's a damn shame. Hito, you shouldn't have did it. And Big Hito was nut. The one that was cleaning up the cell to maid. Come on, man. Two rotten apples from the same tree. The who's ain't sparing nobody. On L's, I want you to be who you say you is. He came from O-Dog to Obama. I don't know if it was the gas or what, P, but I would have been pissing in the tank.
Lil' bro got caught lacking. It's good. It happened to the best of us, don't it?
No, sir. Not like that. I keep Billy with me.
Man. And what happened up there at the restaurant with Pusha Rod? It said you slid out the back door like an A-list celebrity. Didn't you come through the front?
Never. It would have been a signal around that Jude. Shooting like paparazzi, cuz. Still over there cooking, huh? Think you Tab's kitchen. Taco Mel or something.
Blood, I'll whip up anything. Filet mignons, all the way down to a check slip.
Yeah. Well, call your boy. He throw the fake. Check him and tell him come to the park and get his issue.
He unloading his U-Haul in Pondale already.
Oh shit. Ain't getting a put off, huh?
Munchie out here living off a reputation that he didn't earn, bro. I swear.
18. So how you figure that, bro? But one thing I can say about you, you earned your reputation out there in Moreno Valley at that shopping center, and then you showed up to court, bro. We're not the same. I done been a victim before and didn't show up. Didn't nothing happen to you. You went there willingly and tried to say that the mother made you do it because that's your friend.
Man, they said your grandma and your mama showed up with the church.
My mama not no street person, and my granny live in St. Louis.
So she came way out here to Darby Park to cop a plea?
Sassy badass. Can't believe everything you hear or see, bro.
Oh, I don't believe everything I hear, but everything I see.
Did you foresee that ass whooping in the Hollywoods?
That was a play. That was all a play. I orchestrated that.
Oh, hell no. Morals over money, people.
Alright, man, alright. Yeah, all of my DMs keep hitting me about Heath, though, man. I don't know. That ain't my business. That ain't my business, P's. I don't know if you're getting put off. But y'all know who's, and it's all back. Big Heath on here still. So, what they talking about, P's, with all this maid talking? You was cleaning up a cell for 4-leaf in them, man, and cooking and everything.
I was programming with him, but I ain't never no neighborhood nut. Yeah, I'm always cook. Cook wherever I go, make sure the spot clean.
$1 million question on L's. Is that really your cousin?
Hell no, but it was too many of them. It was in their gang D.
Nigga turned down.
Yeah, I was in the county with Soldier. Yeah, I used to see P's up there at visiting. Yeah, somebody said did he catch some fades. Soldier wasn't catching no fades in here. He can't even lie and say he was catching fades.
Man, you know we gotta tell him about the stink team. Ralphie the Plug was up there socking the lights out of none affiliates. Was doing them cold. He lost a tooth or two, but he was up there laying down the demos for real. But E90 from the neighborhood 9-0s looked like an East Side nigga. Ugly, dark, afro, chipped tooth. Put him in the urinal. I repeat, put him in the urinal. There ain't no reception. I'm a hooper. Anybody know me? I'm a hooper. I'm a sore loser. We lost. They called next, and don't you know how somebody don't even hoop? You like, you weak. What you trying to get on for? Yeah. My mouth got me in the fed. He called me out immediately. So we get back to the day roomie. He get up on me breathing. He get to tell me about his people's whoopty-whooping. Whoopty-whoop. But I'm like, okay, just 'cause that's your uncle, that ain't make me feel no different. You call me out for the fade. So next thing you know, OG push up, and he like,
hey, y'all gotta go get that out the way. Y'all was out there talking on the yard like some clowns.
You know how them old people be talking.
Yeah, y'all was out there doing that clown stuff. Now y'all done did the easy part. It's time to do the hard part, youngsters. Go and get that out the way.
We hit the ring and get cracking. He came do nothing with me. No bueno. I throw it left. Split my finger. I still got the scar, so y'all know I ain't lying, y'all. Y'all know I ain't lying, y'all. But when I split my finger, he wind banged me. Hit me with something cold. So I dip low, scoop him up instantly, UFC style. All I hear is, hey, put the homie down. I got him still in the air, y'all. The urinal right there. I dip forehead and afro straight in the urinal.
All in the pisser, P's?
All in the pisser. If I'm lying, I'm dying. And I know it was dirty, because this reception, so you know they filthy, porta potty filthy. But it's good. E90, my boy. He my boy. I just had to throw him on a who's hose real quick, though, because it happened.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He just another one on the...
I'm a day one from my section. It ain't nothing you can tell, 'cause I stay dangerous and keep a weapon. 'Cause I'm a real one from my set. I'm a day one from my section. I went for T's, I was there in them trenches. I'm GTG, I was trained to go get it. Niggas that know me know I'm with the business. Don't go back and forth with no nigga like tennis. If you from the hood, why you acting all timid? Niggas rap cap and they gon' pretend. Live what I rap what I live. You a day one, nigga. I'm a day one from my section.
Shout out to Donald Keyway Conversations.
It ain't
Make sure y'all like,
nothing
comment,
you
subscribe to the
can
channel.
tell,
Make sure y'all share the channel.
I stay dangerous and keep a weapon. 'Cause I'm a real one from my set. I'm a day one from my set. I've been around and I done went hard. Was Sharky locals having meetings in his backyard. They don't know about the shit that I done been through. Facts. Niggas talking all that shit, but we don't know him. We don't know him. I put some money on my stones. They won't want to jail. I bought all his kid clothes. My nigga, like you say, we can't beef over no hoes. Every car I done drove, my day one then drove. That's facts. I'm a day one from my section. That's real. It ain't nothing they want to tell blood. I stay dangerous and keep a weapon. Cause I'm a real one from my set. I'm a day one from my set. Just got off the phone with my dog, he said the feds watch. Gotta watch the circle you keep, the streets guys.
I got bitches tryna kill me, for some shit that I forgot I did. But you know that's just the life I live. Every bitch that I ever fuck with, I did them scandalous, so scandalous. I did them scandalous, so scandalous. I got niggas tryna kill me, for some beef that I forgot I'm in.
Check out the website, firstfamradio.com.
These streets that I grew up in, they so scandalous.
Tripping over money. Niggas tried to bribe me, mama didn't raise no dummy. I remember I was broke, I ain't even had no money. So I ran up a check, now my bank account flooded. My ex-wife tryna set me up. Niggas probably wanna wet me up. And I know they want my head, so I'll never caught slipping. And I got one in the head if you tripping, yeah.
I got bitches tryna kill me, for some shit that I forgot I did. But you know that's just the life I live. Every bitch that I ever fuck with, I did them scandalous, so scandalous. I did them scandalous, so scandalous. I got niggas tryna kill me, for some beef that I forgot I'm in. But you know that's just the life I live. These streets that I grew up in, they so scandalous, so scandalous. They so scandalous, so scandalous. Niggas really out here trying to get me. A couple bitches try to tie me with a baby. I gave them dick, now they all in they feelings. Cindy say he got the hoes going crazy, yo. I be in my feelings, I don't say enough. Niggas getting money and they switching up. Doing all the selling in their paperwork. I might have to check a nigga paperwork. Now you a day one, you improve it. Why you got a weapon, you don't use it? These niggas politicking, they don't do shit. I guess in all these niggas that they useless. Pussy niggas lose lips. Watch how I do this. Watch how I move it. Veteran or rookie.
Yeah. We in this motherfucker, man. Bomb, soda, fast. Gang in this bitch. Love.
Fresh up out the body, it's a situation. Mask on, cause them cameras can't see niggas' faces. Closed mouths, cause them feds pick up niggas' cases. Put in work, extra points for participation. Niggas hating, diamonds change, they look real amazing. Bitches waiting, condom off, she can really taste it. You niggas basics, we got codes, something like the Masons. Baby said I got the glow, don't look like I'm aging. Back to back foreigns, no passports. Trooped up, got more guns than a task force. Look, ain't got more money than your favorite rapper. Biggs asked me about my bitch, it almost made me slap her. Can't have you round my crips if you ain't no factor. Probably rob you for your shit, I know a gang of snatchers. I fucked your bitch and you the one she named her baby after. Quarterback into these hoes, cause I ain't afraid to pass them.
Spit the double back, bitch, we back again. Fresh up off of pass, finna pass again. 200 on my neck, I'm feeling like I'm him. VVS is rose gold, shooter for the win. Yo nigga looking stressed, I cannot be him. You a bum or a bust, how you wanna live? Speaking on that past, it was by the end. Talking about that bitch, I almost fucked her friend.
Nigga, if you flexin', then you flexin'. Throw your hood up if you a nigga in your section. Nigga, if you flexin', then you flexin'. Throw your hood up if you a nigga in your section.
Nigga, if you flexin', then you flexin'. Throw your hood up if you a nigga in your section, huh? Nigga, if you flexin', then you flexin'. Throw your set up if you a nigga in your section, huh?
She hit me late night, I'm pulling up, I'm with that. She already knowin', I'ma make her climax. Bitch, I'm him, I'm not them, please don't get attached. I'm that nigga that'll bust and then double back. Yo nigga lame and he weak, he love to complain. I'm that nigga that get money, you doing the same. Got me flexing in this bitch, feel like Rick James. 1942, we just made a toast. My nigga shooter in this bitch, he doing the most. Got a call from this bitch, she from East Coast. Taylor Port got me drunk, I'm finna get ghost. Best believe I'm in my mirrors in my window. Nigga, if you flexin', then you flexin'. Throw your hood up if you a
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.